Hey there, and welcome back to Crystal Talks. It's Katie and Cynthia here. Today, we are talking about the fun topic of pairing crystals with essential oils. The best practices to do this, plus, we're going to share some really powerful crystal and essential oil pairings. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future episodes. We are here every week with a new Crystal Talks episode talking about crystals, essential oils, pairing them together, how you can use these crystals, different specific crystals and their benefits and their history and all kinds of fun stuff. So just hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any of it. And here we go. Best practices for pairing crystals with essential oils. So crystals and essential oils are both these parts of nature that are grown for healing. They have these healing properties. They have these amazing energies and vibrations that can support us human beings on our healing journey, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. There's so much power to crystals and essential oils individually, right? They're two separate things. When you bring them together, it really allows you to harness a really powerful healing energy. And all crystals and essential oils have their own healing properties, right? They kind of work with different aspects of us as humans. And so pairing them together can really amplify the energy. It can amplify those healing properties. And it really gives you a variety of ways to use this magic that nature has provided for us. So let's jump into 5 powerful crystal and essential oil pairings. Be sure to hang with us in this video so that you get through the best practices, because there's really some important tips and tools that we're going to share with you after we give you these powerful pairings. So Cynthia, take it away. What are the crystal and essential oil pairings?
Well, again, it's all about what you're trying to achieve. If you're working on stress relief, better sleep, and spiritual clarity, then Amethyst and Lavender are going to be a real powerful duo. Those two work so well together for that. And another one that we need more of our life is joy, creativity, and abundance. Then use citrine and sweet orange or wild orange together. Love, heart healing, emotional balance, those are all going to be supported by rose quartz plus geranium, a particular favorite of mine. If you need emotional release, if you're looking for grounding, energetic protection, then a real powerful duo is going to be Smoky quartz and Vetiver. And then for mental clarity, for focus, for organization, one you might try in your, in your work area. Fluorite and rosemary are just a real wonderful supportive duo for those. So there's as many combinations as there are intentions that you might want to set, but those are 5 good ones, real basic ones to kind of no fail to get you going.
Absolutely. I love it. And so there are best practices for pairing these crystals and essential oils together. There are some crystals that you don't want to put in oil, and there are some crystals that work really well with the oils. So there are safe crystals for direct contact, and most polished stones are safe. The ones that are tumbled, they're heavily polished. You don't want to use unpolished raw stones if you're not sure. The stones that are safe always are like quartz, clear, rose, smoky quartz, amethyst. Hard and non-toxic, carnelian, tiger's eye, adventurine are generally safe, but only if tumbled and non-coated. So really, you just want to use the stones that are polished. They are not highly water soluble. And Cynthia is going to talk more about this in just a minute. One of the safest ways, the best ways to use crystals with essential oils is using roller bottles with those gemstone tops. So those gemstone rollers is really the safest way for direct use. They are highly polished gemstone spheres that sit above the oil. They're not submerged in the oil, and they provide that crystal energy in a safe and really efficient and effective way. So, Cynthia, share more with us about indirect use and avoiding direct use with certain crystals.
Yeah, I certainly don't want to scare anyone off from crystal aromatherapy because you've always got the option of using your oil, following best practices for oil, which include, dilution, and then having your crystal nearby. But having a roller, roller ball that's got them together is certainly, efficient. It's an easy thing to grab. You can carry it with you with no problem. But there are some crystals that can leach toxic substance or break down in oil. It has a lot to do with the hardness. I'm going to give you some examples of ones that you should never actually put in your oils. They're mostly the ites, as Katie and I call them, like malachite or selenite. They're softer stones that can actually degrade if they're in water or essential oils. Lepidolite's another one, halite, pyrite, calcite, angelite, fluorite. They're just too soft and porous or chemically reactive to be put directly into oils. But you'll get the same benefits if you use the pieces separately. And the hardness of a stone, of course, can be told by the scale that gives it the hardness. The ones that Katie was saying can always be used are those that are very hard, like the quartz, the different kinds of quartz, and anything that's highly polished. Again, I know I'm repeating that, but I want to make sure that you understand that we're not recommending something that's unsafe. Those little roller balls sitting above the oil are not sitting in there. They don't have the opportunity for leaching. And the all the 46 different types of roller balls that we have on ewbms.com are safe because they have that highly polished. You don't have to worry about that. This would be talking more about adding chips to your roller bottle itself if you want to do that. And again, crystal aromatherapy is such a magical world. I do not want to, um, warn you to such extent that you become fearful of it. But if you want to reach out to us and ask a question, you're always welcome to do so. But we've given you some, basic guidelines. And if doubt, just use the two separately and you'll still experience the magic. Um, Anything you want to add to that, Katie?
Nope, I agree with everything. It's always great to research, to test, to follow your intuition, trust that inner wisdom. And like Cynthia said, if you have questions, please reach out. We are here to support you as you grow in this use of nature's magic. It's something we're both very passionate about. So we will be back here next week with another Crystal Talks video. Until then, take care.